Hello everybody, today we got our first look at the TruRACS Axis Deer, and after what we saw in the stream, I'm really liking what I'm seeing, but we will talk about that shortly. Going to have some footage of them from the stream playing in the background as I talk about my first impressions and my opinions on them, but before we start, hit that subscribe button and turn on notification because I do post daily Call of the Wild videos, along with 5 live streams a week, and if you don't subscribe, you're going to be missing out on a lot of content. But with that being said, let's get straight into today's video. So after finally getting to see what these guys are looking like, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed for the most part. There is a couple things that maybe could be adjusted for a few of the different racks. I feel like for the diamond one in particular, and spoiler alert, you guys will be seeing a diamond one throughout this video because TK actually did find a diamond actually pretty early in the stream, so that was kind of cool to see. But my biggest critique of the diamond rack in particular is I feel like the tines are a little bit short towards the top. I do feel like they should be slightly longer, not a ton, but just a little bit, because for the most part, the Axis Deer that I've seen when it comes to the larger ones, they do have bigger tines, so that would be kind of cool to see, but it's one of those things where it's not a huge issue if they don't change that, because overall, that rack is something that could exist in real life. I just feel like that particular one should be a little bit more of an uncommon one, because it is pretty wide and it does have the shorter tines towards the top, and those are two things that I was seeing get pointed out quite a bit. But once again, it is realistic, it's just a less common thing to see, so we will see what they do with that, and we'll kind of see what the rarity of it is once they finally release them. But if I feel as long as they have 2 or 3 different diamond racks and that one is the hardest to find, then it should be fine. Next up, let's talk about the width of some of them. Now, I saw quite a few people saying, oh, that's too wide, it's too wide. And then I also saw quite a few people saying that it was perfectly realistic. Personally, I can see both sides. I do believe there are quite a few wide Axis Deer out there. They're not as common as the tighter racks, but they do exist, and I feel like, honestly, they pretty much got them on point as far as I can tell. Now, once again, I don't have Axis Deer here in Oregon, but I have seen quite a few pictures of them, I've seen quite a few videos, I've seen how other games have portrayed them, and I'd say for the most part, the wide ones are alright to have, as long as they're a little bit less common than the tight racks, as I was saying a little bit ago. Another thing that we got to see in the stream was they did resize the bodies of the Axis Deer, which we already knew they were going to do that, but it's cool to actually see it in game, because it is a noticeable difference. Before, they were pretty much the size of maybe a small dog, and now they're more in line with what a deer should be, which is always a good thing. It's always nice to get the correct sizes and stuff for realism and immersion's sake. I think one thing that I really would change, though, that I actually saw mentioned a few times in my chat during one of the recent live streams, was that the fur variations for the Axis Deer should be switched around a little bit, and the biggest thing for that being making the dark fur variation the normal color for them, because that is typically the color of most Axis Deer. And so after I saw those comments, I looked it up, and yeah, I can agree with that. They do need to be a little bit darker colored, I'd say, and maybe have that current common variation be a little bit more rare. Kind of just swap around the dark variation and the common variation, and then I think it'd be perfect. But honestly, that's not too big of a deal. It's just a small thing. Alright, well, my final opinions on the TruRACS Axis Deer. I've got a few things that I really want to say. Honestly, I feel like that level 4 rack that they showed off might be one of the nicest looking racks I've seen. We saw probably 8 or 9 different Axis Deer, and most of them looked pretty good. Honestly, even the smaller ones looked pretty nice, which is not always the case with every animal. But with the Axis Deer, I think the small ones actually looked pretty good. And honestly, one of the most notable things for me was the fact that compared to the old Axis Deer racks, the level 2 rack was basically the same size as the old level 5s, which that to me is one of the coolest things, because before they were way too small, and it was something I always complained about. They were way too small. The top points were not always in the most realistic places, and with these new racks, I think they fixed pretty much everything that I complained about with the old non-TruRACS Axis Deer. But with all that being said, I am thinking about maybe doing an Axis Deer guide because it is something I do see requested quite a bit. So if you guys have any information on Axis Deer drink locations or best ways to hunt them or anything like that, let me know down in the comments, because Axis Deer are one of those things that I have not really hunted a ton. Almost any time that I'm on parquet, it's either for red deer or water buffalo. So I don't really get a chance to hunt the Axis Deer too often. I've been doing it a bit more recently, but for the longest time I just never went after them. So if you guys have any drink locations that you guys would like me to cover in a video, let me know down below. But I do think that is going to be it for the video. I'll probably let some of the clips play a little bit longer so you guys can get a look at some more of the racks and stuff. So hope you guys enjoy this video. If you're not already subbed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button because it does help me out a ton. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the month, so it'd be much appreciated if you guys would hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like the video because it does help YouTube share my video with more people. But with all that being said, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
A 4. He's a nice 4. Man, that's a long shot though. That's funky as that one. Alright, so that's a 3. But he's calm. So that's good. So where's his 4 then, is the question. They must be back up in that same pocket again, I reckon, right? He's piebald, was he, Darren? I didn't even notice that because of the lighting. It's a 3 fleeing. I think that's a different 3, right? He's got real long front tines on him. Real long front tines. That's a really pretty frame, that one. So I think we might just put a, if I get a shot at him, unless you guys want me just to stick some in so he goes down, but he should turn around. Oh, he didn't, it wasn't a good hit. Alright, let's have a look. Like I was saying, is from afar, this one had quite nice uniformity. Oh, that's a real different one again, eh? It's like a thick 4-pointer. What do you guys reckon about that one? Very pretty, you like that one? So that's a silver, yeah, and Testine shot it, so it wasn't good. It would have been in gold actually, a small gold. Very nice. Like that's just a nice uniform Axis Deer, right? Looks good. It's real good. If these points are a little bit more grown, it would be awesome. So, yeah. So we've got 2, but there we go. Let's get rid of this. Isn't that beautiful? That is a very wide boy. Super duperly wide. Has it been an hour already? We got another 14 minutes, so not, I don't know what happened to my voice then, but we've got a little bit more time. We can go back out and try and shoot some more, but I just wanted to make sure that we got the trophy lodge part done, right? So you guys can see kind of the scaling of them, and you can see they're quite a bit big. So, yeah, definitely. Red Panda. I'll show you some pictures after the stream, buddy. They do get this wide. They're like crazy wide, some of them. So there's some that look a bit stupid because they kind of look like handlebars. They're wide and they don't go up very much. So, but yeah, anyway. That's a world record Axis Deer. It's got to be, right? It's got to be. It's a diamond. And that's the thing too, remember, diamonds are supposed to be on the extreme of the animal world, right? They're definitely supposed to be kind of up there. So, and the body size, you guys happy? I mean, I think they're pretty well. I wish I could put a, do I have a white tail in here? Let's see if I got a white tail. No, I only did, yeah, sadly I only did the SRP stuff in here, so. Time flies when you're doing work, yeah, basically. Let's have a look and see. And that one's clipping through itself, it's so big. That's quite a good one to show it off, actually. I like that one.
If you are new here and you are liking what you see, consider subscribing to the channel and turning notifications on. Also, if you want to help the channel grow, be sure to like the video because this alone can help the video and my channel do better. But that's going to be it for me. Peace, my dudes. I hope you all have a fantastic day.